power requirement. We're running 125, but it's something that this tractor is struggling with very slightly. Probably get around it by putting wide wheels on it, but I'm not seeing wheel slip, so it could just be sheer brute force. This tractor's just having a few issues, and when I hit a hill it has a few more issues, obviously. Okay, we can lift that up and we can fold it, and we can fold it. Oh, it hadn't even finished lifting up high enough, and that's the reason why it has to lift high, because the side rollers pivot part way down, and it's a problem. I was considering, okay, I have loaded a mod version of these things. Now this one will take solid fertilizer only. The modded version will take solid fertilizer and lime. The seed one is already seed and the other stuff, cow mineral feed. And the liquid fertilizer tank will only take liquid fertilizer. The mod version will take the liquid fertilizer and the herbicide. So I may look at ripping up that barn and probably all of the silos in the yard, and then replacing them with the mod versions, which allow me to put more stuff in. When it comes to seed, I'm not too fussed with it, because we'll be running seed out of this one, because this is where the seeder's going to live. We'll be using the one down at our farm for mineral feed, because that's where the cows live. But to be able to put either liquid fertilizer or herbicide and solid fertilizer or lime in would be good here. Although I'm guessing they work exactly the same as the seed mineral feed thing, so I'm going to need 2 of each. Plus they cost money, and we don't really have a lot of that at the moment. Okay, so that is good. Did find a little bit of a problem hitching up to that, and that's because this tow hook biased to this side, so you kind of have to approach it through that post to hit that. And the keyboard stopped working, so there we go. I think it might be a good idea to stop this right about here. Okay, not right about there. Let's go around the front. Right about there. Is that empty? It's entirely possible that that one's empty. No, there is 123 litres in there. It's entirely possible my keyboard's decided not to work. Seriously, it's entirely possible my keyboard is not working. Hello, wake up. There we go. Okay, and now it fills. And we'll just beam over to the harvester because it's obviously going to be much easier to do it that way. Okay, where are we? We are at -9, -10. No, that's -11. That's -12. 13, 14, so 15 is the cut-in. I should probably do 3 headlands, but I'm getting away with 2 for now, for the most part. Anyway, come on, let's go. 3. Cruise control on, let's go. So I don't have any other jobs running right now, and I'm probably not going to get any running, because I think I've limited myself to a maximum of 6 contracts. So until this one and field 4 are complete, I can't take any more. As I said, we do have lime contracts, because I added that mod. I've got baling contracts, I've got cultivating contracts, liming contracts, there's only one of those left, and ploughing contracts. I can't do ploughing, I can do liming because we leased that lime spreader. I can do fertilising of any type, so we could do solid fertiliser or liquid fertiliser. And there was a seeding contract earlier, but I think that went. I think that was a follow-up to a lime contract I just completed. So, fertilising contracts I can do. Cultivating contracts I can't do. Baling contracts I can do. And then we've got the harvesting contracts at the top. So there's a lot of harvesting contracts we can do. There's potatoes, cheap, potatoes, expensive, potatoes, super expensive, sugar beets. I think most of the sugar beet, oh, that's a sugar beet with a harvester. That's nice. I was looking at them earlier and I think most of the sugar beet harvests are tractor hauled stuff. One up here, tractor hauled. And so kind of limiting what you can get away with there. But if there's one with a beet harvester, then oh yeah, we could do the beet harvester one and then use that equipment on the other 2. Similarly with the potato harvesters, or harvests, we could do a potato harvest and get 2 potato harvesters. But anyway, we're doing okay. It's 9:20. So yeah, again, our schedule has now changed. So we have the kids at least one night every weekend that they're at home with their mum. During school holidays, they tend to go up to the UP to spend time with their grandparents. So we won't have them on those weekends. Very occasionally we might do a 2-night sleepover and thus have them on Friday and Saturday, which would make for a loud disrupted stream on Saturdays. Probably a late start because I'm probably going to have to make somebody breakfast. The boy tends to wake up at about 7 o'clock and be hungry, so that has to be figured out for him. The girl, she'll stay in bed all morning if she can get away with it. Which really depends on how bored the boy gets as to whether he wants to go and wake everybody up so they'll play with him. And make him more breakfast. Kind of funny because the girl, back when she was 2 years old, when we first got her, she could not climb out of her crib, and she was perfectly fine with that. She would wake up in the morning and she would just sit in her crib playing with her dolls and just doing her own thing. And then couple of months in, we had another girl about her age for a week because her foster parents were going out of state for some reason. They couldn't get permission to take her with them, so they were placed with or she was placed with us for a week. The first thing she did was to teach our foster kid how to climb out of the crib, and that was the end of peace in the morning. Yeah, prior to that point, the girl would wake up, she'd be playing with her stuff, and I'd go upstairs, walk through the kitchen. She generally didn't hear me, and I would stand at the bedroom door and just watch her playing with her dolls, and she's completely engrossed, perfectly happy. And then, as soon as she saw me standing there, which could be, 15 minutes, she looks up, she'd see me, and she'd just stand up, lean against the side of the crib, and just put her arms in the air. Okay, you can take me out now, type of thing. But yeah, once she was climbing out, she would climb out of the crib herself, and then come down to our bedroom. She'd walk round to Mrs. Osa's side of the bed, and she'd say something along the lines of, "Mummy, you get up, put your pajamas on, have a shower, come upstairs," which is basically code for, "I'm hungry for breakfast and you need to come upstairs to feed me, but obviously have a shower first." And that became her thing. Turn that off. I can jump back into the harvester, which is that way. And most mornings that was her, she'd come up, "Mummy, time to get up. Put your pajamas on, have a shower." That was the wrong way round, but Are we empty? Nearly. And sometimes if Mummy wasn't completely with it yet, she'd pull the covers off and start pulling her legs to the edge of the bed. "Mummy, I help you." Because you're not doing anything fast enough. I'm really needing my breakfast. But these days, she's not going to get up and disturb someone at 7 o'clock in the morning for breakfast. She's going to stay in bed till 11 if she can get away with it. Totally different child. Okay, time for another cut in again. Let's do counting. Okay, that row is 17, 18, 19, FS21. Cruise control is on, drive is on, let's go. So yeah, apart from the small Massey Ferguson trailer and the Johnston trailer, we haven't seen much in the way of equipment that is like, oh yes, I have to buy that now. And really, again, I want more land first. Because that will increase the income over time. I have expanded our garden up to level 3 because it only costs $2,000 to $3,000 to do that, and we should be producing a little over triple our normal production rate. So we should be getting 18 boxes of tomatoes a month. Obviously not this month, because this is the month I increased the production level on it. But we will be from now on producing 18 boxes, which is 9,000 litres of tomatoes a month. I would like to increase the dairy production rate. The grain mill, not so much. That's still producing grain way faster than we can use it. And I think I need to take one more truckload down to the bakery, and that will last the bakery for the coming year. And then after that, all the flour we produce during this harvest just gets sold. Unless I can figure out a way of affording an upgrade to the bakery so the bakery can produce 4,000 litres of bread per month. It's a good thing. Either way. I could just use, well, we've got the loaders. I suppose I can strap the Roland on the back of the Deutz, put the loader arms on it, and at least for now get the butter loaded on the trailer, because at the moment I don't have anything at the dairy to load pallets with, since I sold the electric front loader, which was having problems lifting pallets. But as I said at the time, that might have been the CSC pallet forks and not strictly just the front loader. Either way, a telly truck would work better, I think. Telly trucks are weighted towards the rear, pivot towards the rear, and so have much better stability picking pallets up off the ground, and also because they're telescopic arm, they can reach across a trailer, so you can double or triple width stack on a trailer with a telly truck, and you don't have to drive round to the other side. The other option is to get a flatbed truck, a bale truck, and just load bales onto the back of that, because it'll let us ship them around a little bit quicker. Not sure, still not sure about when we'll start looking into potentially growing sugar beets. Obviously that's something we tend to do on our UK farms from time to time. Although this is an Irish map, potatoes would be a little bit more typical for the region. However, I don't like the small potato equipment, so we would be looking at the big self-propelled thing, which is $500,000, and that's a big bite of money. To get a new crop started. I think I'm going to do this triangle again. Well, the news here is we don't have exits on this side of the field, so we're going to have to go out the way we came in, which means we're going to want to end up over there somewhere. All the fields on this map are covered in big rocks. So I might buy a rock picker if one comes up in the store sale. There is a modification to the store, but the store sales tab. I noticed the mod on the mod hub the other day. I think it's been around for quite a while, but it allows you to change the number of pieces of equipment that are on sale, what the minimum discount is, what the maximum discount is, and probably some other stuff too. So I could bump up the number of pieces of equipment that are available for sale. Typically, I think I've seen a maximum between 4, 5, maybe 6 sometimes, without that mod running. But we'll see that later, I guess. And yeah, the problem is it's a script mod, and I try to be careful with introducing new scripts because they can very occasionally mess things up. I think I was watching Disturbed Simulations the other day. He did a video this week on how to find the mod conflict. So if you have a situation where suddenly the game doesn't behave itself, you've probably got a mod conflicting with another mod. It can be a piece of equipment that doesn't play well with a script, or it can be a script that doesn't play well with another script. Typically one of the mods is a script, but you have to determine which mod is causing, or which pair of mods is causing the problem, and then decide which one can't I live without. It would appear to be that Follow Me has a number of issues with other mods. And I think I said couple of weeks ago that I seem to be having a problem with the animal extended animal something or other, which basically allows animals to die if you don't feed them, and there is the potential that animals will have more young, which is especially good for pigs. When a pig has babies, it will have 8 to 12 babies using that mod. When a cow has babies, it will usually have 1. Very, very occasionally it might have 2, and equally as occasionally it might have 0. So cows average one baby per birthing cycle, but pigs you will get an average of 10, I guess, 8 to 12. So I kind of missed that turn. And then I think sheep are typically 0 to 2, 0 to 3. Horses I think only do 1, but it sort of adjusts the number of young you get. And playing with Maize Plus, it is very difficult to make money with animals that aren't cows. And so we're doing okay, but if I wanted to branch out into pigs, I would really need to have that mod running so that we can do 8 to 12 pigs and pretty much sell them as soon as they're birthed, because they're not worth feeding. You start losing money when you start feeding. Actually, you can probably go about 5 months, but then you're really at the point where you're now losing money, or losing money opportunity. That was the thing. He was catering, or when Disturb Simulations did his tests, he was catering to the, well, if you feed your pigs barley, then you're not able to sell that barley, so you need to be able to sell the pigs for more money than the barley is worth to sell. And for some crops that's not strictly speaking the case. So you can, sugar beets and potatoes aren't worth much. They're only 5% of the animal feed, so generally, well, feed them that and they're fine. We're playing hard mode, so the crops are worth quite significantly less, but if you're going to feed them a protein, you probably want to feed them canola or sunflowers. I'm not sure which one. You definitely don't want to feed them soybeans, because soybeans are worth more than £1,000 per litre. We can look at that in just a second, because this is going to take us a short while to unload. So if we look here, so canola 600, show fluctuation, 700's the best price. Sunflowers 800 is the best price. Soybeans 1200 is the best price. Now you can put canola, sunflowers or soybeans in a pig, and a litre of each will do as much good as the others. So you don't want to be putting soybeans into your pigs, because a litre of soybeans is worth so much more at the farmer's market than it is in the back of a pig. Sunflowers less so, canola less so. So you probably want to feed your pig canola. Similarly, you can feed them wheat or barley. Barley's 407. Barley's 373 at best price and 407. So barley is the better feed for pigs. Then you've got corn and sorghum. 497 and 524. So corn is the better main food than sorghum. Now I'm not looking at production rates, I'm looking at sell price. If you've got a litre of corn and a litre of sorghum, the pigs are going to like both equally, but the sorghum's more valuable at the store, sold for profit. So feed the pigs corn. And that's how to reduce your pig costs. What has happened now? Oh, we need to go back and get the last of the sunflowers. Whatever it is we've got in the back of the harvester. Soybeans. We'll empty off the harvester, and then we can finish those 2 contracts and pick another field. So field 2 is straight across the way, but I need to find the entrance to it, and I think